Often overshadowed by Yosemite, many people miss out on two of the most unique national parks right next door, Kings Canyon and Sequoia National Parks. Within this ecosystem lies the largest trees on Earth, one of the best sunset hikes in the country, a canyon that is a mile deep, and forests that feel prehistoric. Rachel and I wanted to experience this killer pair of parks in the most complete way possible. Join us as we show you a packed itinerary full of the best things to do in Sequoia and Kings Canyon. Let's dive in. One of the first sights you will come across as you enter Sequoia National Park is Tunnel Rock. Carved by the Civilian Conservation Corps in the 1930s, this passageway was part of the original General's Highway, eventually being diverted to the modern highway path in the 1990s. If you look closely under the rock, you'll see massive scrape marks from all the vehicles that tried to fit underneath. Why any trucker would ever think that an 18-wheeler would fit through this, I have no idea. Because, I mean, I could literally jump and touch it, but... Continuing up the winding road, you ascend further before coming across Amphitheater Point, which provides a unique perspective of Morro Rock, as well as your first view of the giant sequoia forest off in the distance. After another 20 minutes, we arrived at the entrance of the giant forest, which begins with the 4 Guardsmen, which will likely be the first sequoia trees visitors will ever see. These massive 1,500-year-old trees sit right next to the road, providing an iconic natural entrance. One of the first detours along General's Highway is Crescent Meadow Road, which leads to a few of Sequoia National Park's most popular attractions. The first notable pull-off on this road is the Parker Group Sequoias, a group of 8 sequoia trees which are packed closely together. The name of this group comes from the 8-member family of Captain James Parker, who was the park's second acting superintendent. This group gave us the opportunity to get up close and personal, walking amongst the giants for the first time, truly showing their incomprehensible scale. Close by is the Tunnel Log, a sequoia that fell over Crescent Meadow Road in 1937, blocking the path. Instead of removing the tree entirely, they decided to bore a vehicle-sized tunnel through it. This is currently the only sequoia tunnel in the world that you can drive through. A larger car won't be able to get through, but there is a bypass lane to the left of it. Next, we headed on the Crescent Meadow Trail. So a family just told me that there's a mama bear and cubs just a quarter mile down the trail, probably 10 minutes ago, so hopefully we get lucky. Usually when people tell us that, we get there and there's nothing, because wildlife moves fast, but maybe she's chilling and hopefully we see something. taking for little termites himself. Crescent Meadow is one of the largest meadows in the park, providing an amazing contrast from the beautiful vegetation to the dark red sequoia trees. This was truly a beautiful hike, especially around dusk when the crepuscular rays poured in from the tree line. A short detour from the trail will bring you to Tharps Log, which was a cabin built out of a fallen sequoia tree by Hale Tharp in 1861. Tharp was the first non-Native American to ever live in the giant forest. It's kind of a sick crib. Imagine being like, yeah, that's my house. Inside of a fallen sequoia.
Hi, welcome to House Hunters.
For sunset, we headed to Morro Rock. Looks like that deer's got to use the bathroom.
The concrete slabs are stairs. I don't like stairs.
Your immortal enemy has returned once more. It's time to face your mortal enemy. Morro Rock follows a 400 stair climb to the top of the granite dome. The climb may feel harder than you expect since it is very high up at an elevation of nearly 7,000 feet. The viewpoint at the top of Morro Rock is a ridiculous sight. Sitting thousands of feet above General's Highway, this place gives you a 360-degree view of the surrounding landscape. From the east, you can see the Great Western Divide, which are the tallest peaks in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Most of these peaks rise more than 13,000 feet in the air. This part is part of the large wilderness area of both Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks, which makes up about 93% of their land area, as well as the San Joaquin Valley off to the west. The contrast of these two sides of Morro Rock make for an otherworldly sunset experience. What do you think?
Very peaceful.
It's so cool. This view's incredible. And with that, we ended our first day in Sequoia. The next morning, we headed to the Giant Forest Museum, which is a great central location for some of the other great spots in the park that introduces visitors to the Sequoia's natural history. Sequoias are the largest living organisms on the planet and can live for over 3,000 years. They have very particular habitat, only existing in a handful of areas across the western Sierra Mountain Range in California, at elevations between 5,000 and 7,000 feet. From the Giant Forest Museum, there is a number of amazing trails that you can access from here, the first of which being the Big Trees Trail. The name gives you zero hints, of course. Rachel's over here getting her brain food and her real food, learning while eating. What a multitasker.
I'm just, it's whatever. Just cool like that.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Something I don't hear many people talk about is not only is there a lot of designated areas for lots of sequoias, but they're basically everywhere. Like every little regular parking lot, visitor center, toilet area, picnic area is just filled with these guys. So, like, you don't even have to be in a scenic area to see these beautiful trees. Basically everywhere. Pretty cool. Like my hat. Makes me look like an old man. I'm like John Muir, dude. Just grow out the beard more. And, like, be a mountain man, I guess. This relatively flat trail encircles a beautiful meadow in the heart of the giant forest, giving you another great opportunity to get close with the large sequoia groves. If you couldn't already notice the pattern, there's a lot of big trees in this park. A sequoia's birth starts with a seed no larger than a grain of oatmeal. Relying on natural forest fires, the rising heat from the surface of the wildfire dries their cones, allowing them to open and disperse their seeds. Do know that their births come from regular forest fires and not the unnaturally large fires that are commonplace in California these days. Sequoias also have a spongy, thick bark that makes them extremely resistant to wildfires. Right next to the Big Trees trailhead is the Sunset Rock Trail. That is a lot of wildflowers. Super cool.
Whisker brush.
That's a lot of whisker brush. I've been corrected. He's eating the wildflowers. This one's been a huge surprise. Just so many types of wildflowers of every color, every variety, and just tons of different plants too. It's just beautiful. It's like you're in a prehistoric land with all the massive trees and huge vegetation. It's really cool out here. This trail really was incredible. One of the aspects Rachel and I loved about this park so much was all the amazing flora and fauna. It's so different than what we're used to seeing back in Georgia. At the end of this hike, we reach Sunset Rock, which gives you an amazing open view out into Sequoia's backcountry. Next up is the most popular trail in the park, the Sherman Tree Trail, which is a short paved descent towards the tree. General Sherman is the largest tree on Earth by volume. It is an estimated volume of 52,000 cubic feet. To put that in perspective, that would be enough lumber to build 120 average-size homes out of the trunk of Sherman. The trunk weighs about the same as 15 adult blue whales and is about 36 feet in diameter. The whole tree is a whopping 275 feet tall. That's Rachel by General Sherman's trunk. But you're also a lot closer. You're not even right up against it.
Yeah.
That's an idea for size. There's the size comparison. Rachel to the trunk of General Sherman. We've seen a couple of contenders for the world's largest trees on this part of the trip, but I think Sherman was definitely the most difficult to capture in a single photo or video. Like, just trying to capture it alone just shows how much bigger it is, or how much bigger it feels and looks. Honestly, I thought General Sherman was going to be like technically the largest, but wasn't going to look that way because, you know, Grant's trunk is bigger, but it like dwarfs Grant in terms of like how big it looks. So it's definitely impressive. Largest organism on the planet. Right next to Sherman is the start of the Congress Trail, which is, in my opinion, the best trail for sequoia trees. I really like this trail. It's probably the easiest trail to see as many sequoia trees as possible in a single trail. It's just covered in them. They're everywhere. Along the trail, another hiker pointed out a family of spotted owls, which turned out to be one of the highlight wildlife experiences on our entire California road trip. After spending way too much time with those owls, we headed over to the base of the House and Senate tree groupings. These are two extremely dense groups of sequoias that made for some of our favorite experiences in the park. Under this one a little bit. Leaving the giant forest behind, we headed on the Tokopah Falls Trail. The trail follows a beautiful river all the way to the falls. Close to you. You are huge.
You are so round. Hey, bud.
This guy's had a little bit to eat. You haven't had much luck in Sequoia. The lizards here are fast and they taunt you.
It keeps taunting me.
Yeah, they're ready for you. Well, today's our last day in Sequoia. Sad. We're gonna make the most of it. But I love this park. I was honestly so surprised. I thought it was gonna be maybe in the top 20, but I really like the environments here. It's just gorgeous. I think we came at the right time of year too. So the timing is just really nice. But yeah, we're gonna keep trudging along, see as much as we can. Isn't that right?
Yay.
I'm sure you like this place.
I do.
All the wildlife, flora, fauna. It's gorgeous. You know, I've commented this to Rachel several times, but I'm not really like the biggest fan of forest scenery, usually. I'm much more a mountains, desert kind of guy. But even I can't deny that Sequoia is just like the perfect forest environment. It's just gorgeous. These massive trees with the flora and fauna. It feels like you're living in a prehistoric time or visiting an era where like the dinosaurs or extinct animals still existed. It just with everything is so huge. It's very different. You know, you're used to seeing like huge mountains and stuff, but seeing such abundant flora and fauna is just incredible out here. I love it. You got one.
He's not very happy. Hi, buddy. Forgot how to tell.
Well, you got one. So that's good.
Hi, buddy.
Achievement made. Sequoia lizard. About a mile in, you will begin to see the imposing watchtower on your right, a massive granite formation that you can see from several angles along the trail. The further you get, the more it looks like Yosemite out here almost. After a while, you enter the canyon and get an amazing view of Tokopah Falls. This massive 1,200 foot tall waterfall. From a distance, you can get an idea of the total size of the cascade. Walking further up, you get right up to the base of it, which was roaring when we were there. The beautiful surrounding valley was super incredible, and a great way to end our time in Sequoia. Continuing along General's Highway, we followed the road as it connects Sequoia to Kings Canyon National Park. This amazing road gives fantastic views of the surrounding mountains. Along the way, we ran into an awesome biker group that wanted to take pictures with us. Entering Kings Canyon National Park, the first stop along this area is Grant Grove. So a couple of years ago, we went to Grant Grove, actually, with about 8 feet of snow.
And now I'm realizing something. When we went, there was 8 feet of snow. There wasn't a fence there. I thought they were just trails.
Jarvis, put the picture on.
Jarvis, pull up that picture. There wasn't a fence there. There wasn't.
Also, you couldn't see the roots of the sequoias. It was like up to the stump, like the top of the stump, basically. This is 8 feet of snow. So it's cool seeing it how you're supposed to see it.
That's insane. I literally just thought there weren't fences. I didn't know that.
Continuing down the trail, we arrived at General Grant. This is the world's second largest sequoia. It also has the widest base out of any sequoia tree, even surpassing General Sherman. It is 40 feet wide at its base. In 1926, Calvin Coolidge designated this as the nation's Christmas tree. General Grant has major symbolic significance. Dwight D. Eisenhower declared this tree as a national shrine, dedicating it to those who died in war. It is the only living object to ever be declared a national shrine. Around the back of the tree, you can see some of its burn scars from the past few centuries. Honestly, it's softer than I expected. Yeah, I know, but it's like soft and kind of squishy. I don't know how to describe. What would you describe the tree bark as? Like, it's got a little give to it.
Slightly squishy.
Yeah, I apologize. It is squishy.
It's slightly squishy, but like
it feels very different than most trees. Most trees are like really hard, obviously, because it's bark, but the bark is like a little.
Well, let's not poke him. He probably doesn't like it.
Yeah, it's just a little bit different. I like it.
I apologize. It is actually slightly squishy. You know what? No, it's not. I'm just gonna lie.
Along the trail, you will pass the Gamlin Cabin, which was constructed in 1872 to house the Gamlin brothers, who filed a timber claim they had there. During the construction of the cabin, the brothers lived inside the fallen monarch tree, which is a sequoia that fell over 300 years ago. Since its fall, it's been hollowed out and used by many different peoples over the years for shelter. Walking through this fallen giant is an incredible experience. We saw this both covered in snow and cleared out in the summer. Right here, these steps were an ice slide, not steps.
I almost fell and busted my butt trying to get down.
We really came full circle on this trail. Seeing it on our first ever road trip out west, covered in snow, contrasted with a perfect day in summer, years later. Next, we headed on the Big Stump Trail. And as the name may suggest, these are in fact big stumps. Or you just like becoming a part of the stump?
I'm gonna morph. Jamie Photoshop that.
The Big Stump area was near the site of the Smith Comstock Mill, which was a logging mill that was used to cut down sequoia trees in the 1880s. During this period, Grant Grove was subjected to many logging efforts for usable timber. Walking through the stump. It's a little tiny for me. Ugh. There we go. Very quickly, logging sequoias proved to be an economic disaster, as the wood from these trees are incredibly brittle. When a sequoia was felled, only about 25% of the wood was usable, as these trees completely shatter on impact with the ground. Cutting down the trees and transporting them all the way back to the Central Valley also proved to be a Herculean task. On top of the massive public backlash calling for the protection of the sequoias, the industry was very short-lived. It's kind of sad to see
all these sequoias that used to exist. Well, good thing it became protected, right?
Although a stark reminder of what humanity is capable of, it also provides hope, as all along this trail you can see newly grown sequoias. At the end of the trail features the Mark Twain stump, the remains of a massive sequoia tree that was cut down in 1891. It took 13 brutal days just to cut it down. Back then, people didn't actually believe that sequoia trees were real, so the Army cut this tree down to display it in the Museum of Natural History as proof.
Not gonna lie, this is pretty cool. Standing on top of, man, what a huge tree this must have been. It's kind of sad, but it is cool. It's unique. Might as well appreciate what we got, you know?
It's very cool.
Next, we drove to the Panoramic Point overlook, which requires driving down a small, windy, one-lane road for a few miles. When driving this road, be careful, as we had to pull off the road multiple times to let other cars go through from the other direction. Once you reach the parking lot, it is a short half-mile trail to the overlook. This fantastic overlook provides a view that peers hundreds of miles into Kings Canyon, as well as the surrounding wilderness. After leaving the Grant Grove area behind, we began the extremely scenic 50-mile descent into Kings Canyon. This road is only open in summer and takes about an hour and a half to drive the full length. This amazing road features some of the steepest vertical relief in all of North America. There are several mountain peaks above 14,000 feet here. The road progressively descends down into Kings Canyon, which is a glacial carved canyon that is a mile deep. After traveling across the Sierra for the past 3 weeks, this drive had some of the best views we saw on the whole trip. Right next to the road is Grizzly Falls, a beautiful 80-foot waterfall that is an awesome and easy stop. Another easy waterfall hike is Roaring River Falls. While the river below the falls may seem like a great swimming spot, it is actually one of the main causes of death in Kings Canyon, so probably not a good idea.
I'm starting to see why they call it Roaring River Falls. Good impression.
The falls is the second of 2 waterfalls that swell into a narrow canyon before launching out into the pool below at a massive volume. This waterfall is super unique.
So, you know how there's usually like a gun prohibited sign at like some national parks and stuff, where it's like a, you know, it's like a little cross out of a handgun or something? Well, this one has like a
high-powered rifle.
It has like a rifle with a scope on it. Like, make sure you don't bring your 50 cal sniper rifles into Kings Canyon, guys. Especially on Roaring River Falls Trail.
I know it's probably very disappointing for everybody, but you cannot have them in here. I'm sorry, it's just the way things are.
Well, this is pretty much the last few moments of our time in the Sierra Nevada mountain range. It's been an incredible couple of weeks checking it out, and we're blown away. So we're gonna make the most of our last few moments, right?
Yeah.
Sad. Well, we're going to the coast next, so check out that video.
Our last stop in Kings Canyon National Park was the main area of the canyon, Zumwalt Meadow. This is one of the most rewarding hikes in the park. The actual meadow boardwalk itself is closed due to storm damage. There is still a way to see it. Continue down the loop a little further, and there are a couple of clearing openings into the meadow. And if you're brave enough, you can venture out there yourself. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you liked this video, check out some of our others on nature and travel. And we will see you all on the next journey.